So as always, we've created a new project. We're going to go up and give it a name straight away. So it's got a good save name. We're going to call it About Anyone Using Variables. And we're going to create a program that is going to give messages about any person in the world, hopefully, using variables. To make a variable, you go down to the orange variables area and you go to make a variable, and then you give it your meaningful name. So the first one is just the person's name, so we're just going to call it name. And what it does is it makes a variable. So you can make more variables. You'll notice there's blocks here with various options, the things you can set and you can change. And if you click on here, you can actually change to the different variables that you make, if you make more than one. To start our program, as always, we're going to use a green flag. And the first thing we need to do is actually get some input information from the user. So we're going to go down to sensing and we're going to ask a question. Now, funnily enough, the question inside there is what's your name, which is actually what we need. We could change it to what's the person's name, and that question will be asked on the screen, and then it will wait, which means it's going to wait for somebody to type something in. We then need our variable. So what we want to do is set the variable, and if you click on there, we can change it to name. And we want to set that variable to the answer that they give. So you'll notice that with the question underneath, there is a oblong block which can fit inside there, which basically does the input and puts the answer inside the variable. After that, we're going to have to do the output. So we're going to use a say block, and we want to put out a message saying what the person's name is, joined with the actual variable to show what their specific answer is. So we're going to use a join variable to put the two strings together. I'm going to put my sentence that I want on the screen. The person's name is, a little tip for you, always put a space at the end, because when it joins on the variable, it would stick it right on the end of the S if you don't. And if we go and get the variable, we can actually take the variable name and we can stick it inside there. So let's try and run the program. You'll see the cat asks us what's the person's name, and we put in their name. And if we press enter, it will say the message. Also notice that we can display the variable here, and you can untick it so it doesn't actually show if you don't want to show it. If it was a score or a time in a game, then you would, and it's there. Now, before you move on to the next part of the program yourself, I would just separate these bits, because I'm going to ask you to try and make all the variables input questions first and then output them all. Good luck.